Joe Zarzaur and Dr. Malone here for another segment of Zarzaur Law TV. We have done, Dr. Malone, you can probably do this video, we've done so much, but we have done probably 10 segments. Some of them may look like hostage videos. We just got this new studio, so it doesn't anymore. But so we're doing another refreshed version of Uninsured Motorist or Underinsured Motorist. The most important coverage that you have, if you're watching this video, stop it right now and go find your insurance information, and then come back and hit the play button, because we need to you need to understand what you've got and what you have and don't have in your insurance policy. When you buy full coverage in Florida, you automatically get everything. You get collision, you get comprehensive, and you get this thing called uninsured or underinsured motorist. I'll refer to it as coverage. And here's what it does. It covers you in the event that the person that causes a wreck with you and causes you to be injured doesn't have enough insurance or doesn't have any insurance coverage. Now here's the other salient important fact to know. Most people don't have enough or any insurance. So if you understand those two concepts, number one, most people don't have enough insurance. And number two, you don't want to be in a situation where you're doing everything right and somebody injures you and you have all these medical expenses and other disabilities and can't work, and you can't do anything about it because the other person didn't get coverage, and you thought as long as you insured yourself for other people's injuries, you'd be fine. Well, no, you're not. Because you basically have to buy insurance because you got to assume that the other person's either not going to have any or not going to have enough. Because I can tell you right now, most people are riding around in Florida with 10 grand. And 10 grand can be spent in the ER. I saw an ER bill yesterday for $23,000. One ER visit from a car wreck. So, if you don't have as much coverage that you can afford, then you're doing yourself a disservice, and you may be thinking, well, that lawyer's just talking out of his, you know what, because he's just saying I should get all this coverage. I can't afford that. Well, you don't know, because let me tell you why. Most people don't understand that coverage doesn't cost as much as the other coverages. For instance, you can have $100,000 in bodily injury coverage, and then somebody convinced you to not have any But you could have asked them, well, how much would it cost for me to have $100,000 in And they would have said to you something like $11 or $12 every 6 months more. Now, when you think about that number, $11 or $12 or $13 every 6 months more on your insurance bill, versus me having to tell you in a meeting, oh, guess what? The other driver didn't have any insurance, and by the way, you chose not to have coverage because it saved you $13. Insurance agents really they don't see the back end of this. They don't see the end that we see where the clients are coming saying, I'm hurt, what can you do for me? They only see the front end where the person's saying, get me the cheapest policy you can find, or I only want to spend this much. And so they think, well, I just cut it down to this and I'll make them happy. No. No matter what, you purchase coverage because you can guarantee the other party that causes your wreck is not going to have enough coverage. Okay? Purchase as much uninsured motorist coverage or underinsured or coverage as you can afford. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, oh yeah. We've been through that before, and I've seen it many
play
times.
Out.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen it play out.
Oh yeah.
The number of times I've had to talk to clients about an at-fault driver not having coverage in death cases, for instance, or really bad cases. It's the worst thing I can do, and I have to look at them and say, you turned down coverage. If you wouldn't have turned it down, you'd have had $300,000 in coverage or $3 million in coverage, and you didn't have it, unfortunately. So, long and short of it is, uninsured motorists or coverage, very important. Check your policies right now. If it doesn't have it, call your insurance agent tomorrow or first business day after you watch this and get it. Change it right away. It's too late to do it after the wreck happens. Find us on the web at zarzaurlaw.com. Call us at 855-HIRE-JOE. Thank you.